Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a demonstration on my Honeywell 5800G security system, as well as overlooking my new and approved security system demonstration board. Now, I first made a video about this board I would say about 10 months ago. I built it about a year ago, but I made a video of it about 10 months ago or so, and it was not updated since until last night. Before I updated it, it had the 5512, the 8112, and a DSC PC 1616. Those are, that 1616 was boring. Everything else is cool, but that 1616 was boring, so I took it off, and I got some very cool Honeywell panels here that I threw on it, and it just made it a awesome board. The wiring is still a little bit messy, because like I said, I just finished this. I need to go back, zip tie, staple stuff. But other than that, I think it's pretty cool. One more thing, that is going to be a fire pull station point for the 4512, but I ran out of 1K ohm resistors, so I'm going to wait till I get some more before I put that EST pull station right there. So, yeah, one more thing, so that is a fire zone for the 5800G. That's the fire zone for the 8112, and that right there is a 24-hour panic zone for the 5700, and then like I said, that's going to be a fire pool for the 4512. And the zones for all of this is right over here. The zone control. Don't mind my box of crap. So I don't even remember what the heck this goes to. So this is the 7112. This is area 1 on the Bosch. This is area 2 on the Bosch. This is the 5800G, and that is going to be the freaking 8112. So let's go ahead and take a look at this 5800G. This is Honeywell's rebrand of the Radionics D7412G, and they did some very interesting stuff with this panel. The normal 7412G, I believe, can only support 1 or 2 doors. This 7412G, the rebranded 5800, will support freaking 4 doors, which is very cool. I think that's the amount of doors that the 9412 can support, or maybe it's like 16 doors. I can't remember. I think it's somewhere around there, but all I know is that this 7412 should not support 4 doors, but Honeywell did their own ROMs and own handlers and stuff. So what I'll actually do, I'll show the other difference here. Let me get my Radionics D5200 out. And now, despite this panel being a Honeywell programmer and have its own handlers and stuff, it is still programmed with the Radionics D5200. So I'll turn this thing on. And let me log into 9000 main. So this is what we use for any 7000 or 9000 series Radionics panels. Sorry for the crappy camera work, but I'll just go into a new record, and I want to show under area-wide parameters. If I go into area parameters, this is where you set the account numbers. And so you can see they have the account digits like weird like this, right? So if my account number was 100, then 7 and 8 would be 00, and 9 and 10 would be no, I'm sorry. If my account number was 100, 7 and 8 would be 0, 1, and then 9 and 10 will be 0, 0. And so that's the weird way that 7000, 9000 handler does it. So if I get out of my 9000 main, let me log into my disk B here. I hit enter. So now 5900 main, this is the same thing as 9000 main, but this is for the 58 and 5900 series Honeywell panels. So if I go into this handler, I'll just go on a new record, and we take a look at area-wide parameters and area parameters, we can see the account number is actually defined on one line, like every other Radionics panel. Like the 8112, the 7112, the 4112, everything, they all do it like this one line. It's not like account digit 1, 2, 0, like how I showed you on 9000 main, which is very interesting. And I like that they did this a lot better, it's very cool that they did that. It makes it easier to understand and program. So that's pretty much the differences. And like I said, all these Honeywell handlers and stuff, all these Honeywell handlers will only program Honeywell rebranded panels. They will not work on a, like if I tried using 5900 main it will not work on my 9412 for my main bedroom panel. So yeah, it's very interesting. So, yep. Just turn this thing off. So, a little bit about that. I'm going to go ahead and let's try. I'm trying to think because now I'm not going to turn on a watch zone, but what we'll do, there is no battery on the system, so excuse the troubles. Let me explain this fire keypad. So this is a Honeywell D542R. It is the equivalent of the Radionics D1256, I believe. I think the 1257 is the one that has buttons, but could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this only has a next button. This is only meant to like be at a front door of like a building, and if there's a fire, a firefighter can come over here and hit next and scroll through the active points, and it might say alarm zone 1, freaking front door, no, I'm sorry, fire alarm zone 1, back door pool station, like that. And so they can't silence the alarm, they can't do anything through it, they can only see where that point is tripped. So it's pretty useful, but I would put this in an area where I would not want anyone to have any access to the keypad for security and tamper reasons. And then I have it set up where I actually handle the alarm, clear it, stop it with the keypad itself. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and arm the system. Actually, let me show the menu. So the only thing about this keypad design is actually kind of stupid because there is no command button. Every other radionic system has a command button, and that's what you use to initiate a command. So if I wanted to do a test report, I would do command 41. Right, and that would issue a test report. This is on my 8112. And same thing for my bedroom system here. If I wanted to do a status report, or let's say I wanted to do I don't know, let's just do a status report, command 42. So anything you want to do, you do with commands. Like I said, this keypad doesn't have that command button, so you have to program everything into a menu to execute those commands. Meaning, if I go back over to my 9412, which is this is a perfect demonstration for this. So if I want to go into the menu, I hit escape, and then I can view custom functions that I have made for in my menu, right? So if I escape out of that, that's what this is. So to get in the menu on this, we type in my code, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we hit enter. And then we can see this is the menu. So instead of doing commands, I have to map commands to a menu. So I can arm, let me go back. I can arm perimeter instant, perimeter delay. I could turn on watch mode, which is chime, change date and time, remote program. I can add more. That's all I had there for demonstration. But let's just go ahead and clear. Now let me shut up and start talking. So I'll arm the system. We'll just arm the system to all on. So I'll type in my code, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll hit all on. And then we'll trick the panel into thinking I left. And this fire keypad does display just like security. And unfortunately, I don't like that it does that. I wish the fire was on its own area. But if I did have fire on its own area, I can't control. I can't, I guess technically it wouldn't matter, but I want to be able to clear the fire, if that makes sense. Since I would have to have another D540 next to it to control, to silence the alarm, all that on a different area, if that makes sense. Okay, so the panel is now armed. We can see area 1 is on, which is very cool. And the phone light is on because it is currently reporting. We can see on Protostar Alarm Monitoring, it did report the closing report, and on my Sims installation, it did report a closing report as well. That CL001-1 NA close, that is its closing report. Okay, let me just fix my camera. Okay, so now that the system is armed, let's go ahead and violate the zone and let the timer run out, the entry delay run out, and let's go make it do a burglary. So open the front door, disarm. We're not going to disarm it. Okay, the system is now on alarm. Let's go ahead and shut it up. So we'll go ahead and type in my code, and we'll hit all on off. That turned off that disarmed the panel and silenced it. And now let's go ahead and clear the alarm. So we will type in our code and then hit clear. And then that just reset the panel, cleared the alarm from the memory. If we go back to Protostar, we can see that we have that alarm on point 100. And then we can see the Storal. Okay, so maybe that wasn't... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at someone else's account. Okay, we can see the alarm right there, and we can see the opening report right there. There shouldn't be no Restoral yet, because I didn't technically shut the door, and we can see the burglary come in on my software. So now let's go ahead and shut the front door. And the phone light turns back on, because now it's going to send a Restoral to the central station. So let's watch that come through. I suck at holding cameras, by the way, so there we go. There's the Restoral, and it'll come through on Sims in a little bit. I don't have time to sit here and wait for it. I keep zooming in. There. Okay. Now that we demonstrated the alarm function, let's go ahead and pull the fire alarm. There we go. The system is now an alarm. We can hear the bell relay pulsing march time of some sort, I guess. Point 2 fire pull. And then this is where they will hit next, and they'll see area 1 fire alarm, point 2 fire pull, and then, yeah, so that's what they would basically be able to do on that keypad, and that's all you can do. So it's more of a display, a remote annunciator display, rather than a remote control. So we'll go ahead and silence the alarm. To silence it, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, enter. And we will hit clear. And that should have cleared. Oh wait, no, I have to type in my code one more time. We'll type in our code plus clear. Oh, and it's going to go in trouble because I didn't reset the pull station, so let's redo that. I just pulled it with my knuckle somehow. Okay. Okay. System is reset. Clear. There we go. Panel is now all clear. We take a look at Protostar up here. I guess it has not come in yet, but that's fine. I don't feel like waiting. And so now we'll take a look at the 8112. That is pretty much all for the 5800. That's all the functions and features that I have set up. If I do anything cooler, like get an access control module, then I will make another video on it. But for now, that's it for that. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. This video is getting pretty long, so I want to keep it pretty short. So this is the 8112. It's pretty much set up the same way. Let me get out of that. So there's the 8112. I'm not going to bother arming and disarming it, but instead of that, we will just pull the fire alarm. And funny thing is that this isn't even, I guess it is set as a fire alarm. I'm stupid. Never mind. So there you go. System is an alarm. Let's go ahead and silence it. There we go. I'll take the key from this pull station. This pull station. There we go, and we will reset it. We'll do Command 47. This is a very cool panel. It's a very old panel too. So this was built in the late 70s, early 80s, I believe. I think it was 1980 this thing came out. And this panel has a date code of 1981, which this makes this older than my mother, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, system's back in, ready to arm. That's pretty much it for the 8112. Nothing else has really changed. And then we have the Honeywell 5700. I made a video about this a couple days ago, and that is set up on here. And let's just go ahead and let's arm it and then do a alarm, because this panel is really cool. To arm this one, we'll type in my code. All on off. we go. It is now armed. And the really cool thing about, I would say, my entire demonstration board is every single panel besides the B series, which I'll get this working soon, but beside every single panel on this board is all reporting to Protostar alarm monitoring and my own custom central stations, not custom, but my own central station software, which is very cool. So I can sit here and handle my events, and all that is reporting to the D6500. We can see an event coming through. I guess that was just a packet loss event, but you can see that there's an active call on that right now, which is really cool. So all this, the dialers are all in use. They're all working. Everything is set up how it would be set up in a building, despite like actually being in enclosures and stuff. But let's go ahead and trip the 712. Delay doors, that's just what I had that program, the point text program to. So we'll go ahead and shut it up. Disarm the system, and then we will clear it. Make sure that actually cleared. Yes, it did. The system troubles all the system troubles are because there are no batteries on the system. And so yeah, now let's pull the let's pull this alarm right here. This is a EST manual release pull station, but I have it set as a 24-hour panic. And the point text is set to a perimeter, but that's not correct. I have to change it. So we'll go ahead and silence that. And we will reset this pull station. God damn it. Oh my god. There. And we will clear. There we go. The B5512 I'm not going to touch because it is actually not programmed right now. I mean, it is programmed, but it's not programmed to the point where I want it to be. Oh, we'll restore it to there. System is now restored. So yeah, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video of the updated demonstration board. If you have any questions or you want to see anything of this happen on this board, you want to see any more detailed videos on this, please let me know. I really my favorite security systems are radionics panels. So despite even though this says Honeywell, it's a radionics panel. Same thing with that. That's a 7412G and that's a 7112, just with their own custom branding and some custom software changes. But anyways, Radionics is my favorite alarm company. I've liked it for years, and they're just really cool systems. Now, I will tell you, don't buy one of these panels unless you know what the frick you're doing. If you're going to buy anything and you want it to if you want to get a panel, any one of these panels you're going to see on this board, if you want to get one of them, get the Bosch B series. Get the B4512 or 5512 security panels. You program them with a remote software or through keypad programming, and you don't need any special programmer to program it. All you need is the computer software called RPS, and you can download that from Bosch's website. Anything else, any of these other radionics panels, you can remote program them, but you need an expensive security dongle and a modem to do so. And if you don't have a modem, you need the handheld programmer right here. And the issue with getting these is that they have a lithium battery, and if that lithium battery dies, then all the handlers are gone, and you'll have to solder on a new battery. Same thing with these radionics panels. Unless they have a G at the end of them, they don't have a socketed lithium battery. And if that lithium battery dies and you go to power up the panel and you have the keypad connected and the keypad just says call for service, it's probably because that lithium battery is dead and there is no more programming on that panel. And if that happens, you can't just put a new lithium battery in it. Your panel has been locked in a I don't know what to call it, but in a crap state where the data lock is all messed up. And so there is a unofficial backdoor way around those panels, and I'm sure if you do some digging you will find it, but it is not documented really well. If you know the backdoor, then you know the backdoor, but I don't feel comfortable releasing that information. So, anyways, what I'm trying to get at, these are very complicated security systems. Even if you have the programming software or the remote handheld programmer, the 5200, they are very complicated to program. So I would not recommend these systems to any security enthusiast that's more into like DSC or Vista, where they're very easy to program. Like I said, for the millionth time now, these systems are very hard to program and very complicated. So, but hey, if you want to challenge yourself and you want to go through freaking 7 layers of hell to program these panels and get all the stuff needed to it, go right ahead. I won't stop you. And if you do, then let me know, because I'm curious to see your setup. Anyways, like I said, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.